Ronnie Van Zant, born Ronald Wayne Van Zant on January 15, 1948, in Jacksonville, Florida, came from a modest working-class background that shaped much of who he became. As the eldest of three brothers, he naturally stepped into a leadership role early in life. Although music would eventually define him, his childhood dreams leaned toward sports, boxing and baseball in particular, fueled by admiration for figures like Muhammad Ali and Mickey Mantle. Jacksonville itself played a quiet but powerful role in his journey, acting as a breeding ground for musical talent. It was there that Ronnie crossed paths with future collaborators like Gary Rossington and Alan Collins. Together, they formed a band in the mid-1960s that would later evolve into Lynyrd Skynyrd. What began as casual jam sessions among friends slowly transformed into something much more meaningful and enduring. The birth of a musical voice. Ronnie wasn't just another frontman. He became the emotional and philosophical center of his band. With a voice that carried both grit and warmth, he brought authenticity to every lyric he wrote and sang. His songwriting stood out because it came from lived experience, stories of struggle, pride, and everyday life in the American South. Songs like Simple Man, Free Bird, and Gimme 3 Steps weren't just hits. They were reflections of real people and real emotions. Ronnie had a way of capturing contradictions, celebrating Southern identity while acknowledging its flaws. That balance gave his music depth and honesty. He didn't rely on flashy stage antics. Instead, his quiet intensity and grounded presence drew audiences in. In many ways, he became a storyteller for a generation that saw itself in his words. Rise of Lynyrd Skynyrd. The 1970s marked a meteoric rise for Lynyrd Skynyrd, and Ronnie stood firmly at the center of it all. Their blend of rock, blues, and country created a signature sound that helped to define Southern rock as a genre. Tracks like Sweet Home Alabama became cultural anthems, sparking conversations and pride while also stirring controversy. Ronnie's leadership style was demanding but purposeful. He pushed his bandmates because he believed in their collective potential. On stage, his presence was understated yet commanding, often dressed simply in jeans, boots, and his signature hat. Off stage, he was known for his sharp mind and attention to detail, qualities that translated into the band's disciplined approach to music. Their success didn't come overnight, but once it arrived, it reshaped the landscape of American rock music. Life beyond the spotlight. Before fame took over, Ronnie lived a life grounded in everyday responsibilities. He married young and worked regular jobs, including at an auto parts store, where his remarkable memory impressed coworkers and customers alike. He could recall part numbers and locations effortlessly, a small but telling sign of his sharp intellect. Even as his music career took off, those humble beginnings stayed with him. Ronnie valued hard work and loyalty, traits that defined both his personal and professional relationships. He also became a father during these early years, a role that added another layer to his identity. While his marriages and relationships had their complexities, they reflected the same intensity that characterized his music. He was deeply connected to those he loved, even if life on the road often made those connections difficult to maintain. Personality and passions. Ronnie Van Zant was more than a musician. He was a man of strong passions and equally strong contradictions. He loved the outdoors, especially fishing, which offered him a rare sense of calm away from the chaos of touring. Baseball remained a lifelong interest, a reminder of the path he once imagined for himself. Yet alongside these peaceful pursuits was a fiery temperament. Ronnie wasn't one to back down from confrontation, and his rebellious streak occasionally led to trouble. Stories of his wild behavior became part of rock folklore, but they also revealed a man who lived intensely and without pretense. That same intensity fueled his creativity, allowing him to channel raw emotion into his music. He wasn't polished or predictable, and that authenticity is exactly what made him so compelling to fans. The tragic final flight. On October 20th, 1977, tragedy struck when the band's plane crashed in Mississippi, taking Ronnie's life along with several others. The official explanation pointed to mechanical failure, but over the years, questions have lingered about the circumstances leading up to the crash. Reports later revealed that the aircraft had ongoing maintenance issues, raising concerns about whether the flight should have taken place at all. Some accounts suggest that there were warnings, both technical and verbal, that went unheeded. While it's difficult to separate fact from speculation, what remains clear is that the loss was devastating and, perhaps, preventable. Ronnie was just 29 years old, on the brink of even greater success. His death didn't just end a life, it altered the trajectory of a band and left a lasting void in the world of music. Legacy through family and fans. In the years following his death, Ronnie's legacy has been kept alive by those closest to him and by devoted fans around the world. His family played a significant role in preserving his memory, often through music and storytelling. His brothers continued performing, carrying forward the spirit of what Ronnie helped create. His children, too, found their own ways to honor him, whether through music or by supporting projects connected to his legacy. Fans have remained deeply loyal, treating his work not just as entertainment, but as something deeply personal. For many, Ronnie's songs are tied to memories, emotions, and identity. That enduring connection has ensured that his voice continues to resonate, even decades after his passing. Memorials and tributes. Physical tributes to Ronnie Van Zant serve as quiet reminders of his lasting impact. Memorial sites, particularly in Florida, have become places where fans gather to reflect and remember. These spaces are not grand or extravagant, but carry a sense of sincerity and respect. Beyond physical memorials, tributes have appeared in songs, albums, and performances dedicated to his memory. Fellow musicians and family members have poured their emotions into these works, creating a bridge between past and present. Even subtle gestures, like symbolic imagery in music videos or live performances, continue to honor his presence. These tributes aren't just about loss. They celebrate a life that, though short, left an indelible mark on music and culture. A lasting reflection. Ronnie Van Zant's story is ultimately one of talent, passion, and unfinished potential. He lived intensely, loved deeply, and created music that continues to speak to people across generations. While his life was cut short, the impact he made remains undeniable. His lyrics still echo with honesty, his voice still carries emotion, and his influence can still be heard in countless artists today. The tragedy of his death adds a layer of poignancy to his legacy, but it doesn't define him entirely. Instead, it reminds us of how fragile life can be, even for those who seem larger than it. Ronnie's journey, with all its highs and lows, stands as a powerful testament to the enduring power of music and the human spirit behind it.